Good morning, Falcons fans. Welcome into day 2 of NFL free agency, and Atlanta has signed a quarterback, Taylor Heinicke, everyone's favorite from the playoff game against the Bucs back in 2020. So we're going to break down this move for you guys. I'll give you my opinion and analysis on the signing. But if the Falcons make any signing at all, you know the deal. We are going to keep you guys in the loop. We'll try to get a video out to you as soon as possible. So hit that sub button so you don't miss anything related to your Dirty Birds. But let's talk about Heinicke to Atlanta. So he agreed to a 2-year, $20 million contract, and I think Desmond Ridder is still the starter going into training camp, but you don't sign someone to be a backup quarterback at $10 million just to hold the clipboard. I think Taylor Heinicke is coming in there with the belief in himself of, I can win the starting job, and that's true for like all quarterbacks across the NFL. But I don't think Atlanta signed him to just be a pedestrian, hang out on the sideline, get Desmond Ridder some Gatorade, right? I think this is a move of, we like Ridder, but we're not ready just to hand the job over to him 100% and not have any sort of competition. And that's good because it's not like he's a first overall pick anything. It'd be malpractice just to hand him the starting job and not bring in any legit competition. And Heinicke has plenty of experience in the NFL. Now, last year for Washington, when he took over from Carson Wentz, he had 1,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in 9 games played. Taylor Heinicke is a bit of a, I guess, polarizing. I don't think polarizing is the right word, but he is definitely someone that people have a wide variety of opinions on. I've always been a fan of Taylor Heinicke. I think he comes with some fun, cool swagger. I think he brings a certain level of moxie, but doesn't actually, get too big for his britches. I like Taylor Heinicke. I think this is a good signing for the Falcons, but get your red pen out. Grade the Taylor Heinicke signing. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to give you my letter grade in just a moment, but take advantage of a potential YouTube ad break coming your way and get your replies in down below. I'm going to go with B, right? I don't think I can just hand it an A. It's not like Taylor Heinicke has shown that he is capable of being a full-time starter without any questions asked. But I do like the move because Desmond Ridder is going to have some competition coming his way. Heinicke, in my opinion, is a good pickup for Atlanta, like I said. And I'm curious to see, what do the Falcons do in the draft now, right? Is this the quarterback room for 2023? Or do they want to add a rookie to this mix right here and let the best rise to the top? At the end of the day, though, 2 years, $10 million for Heinicke, that's not some egregious overpay. You got to have a quarterback on your roster, and if Heinicke ends up being the starter, $10 million for the first year, it's a pretty good deal for a starting quarterback. But who will be the starting quarterback, right? Will it be Desmond Ridder all season long? I think Ridder is QB1 going into training camp, going into OTAs, all that good stuff. But I think Heinicke is sitting right there in the background. And I think this is a move the Falcons made with the idea of, we're not going to give Desmond Ridder a super long leash. If he starts to not look like a starting quarterback, we know Heinicke can do it. We have seen him do this before in the NFL. He has been a starter for the Washington Commanders / football team at a point. So this is a vote of confidence to the rest of the locker room, in my opinion, that we're not just going to hand it over to Ridder and sit back, kick our feet up, and see how 2023 plays out. What's your one-word reaction to Taylor Heinicke getting signed? Let me know in the comment section what that one word is. For me, my one-word reaction, kind of expensive. Not expensive as in that's a huge contract, as in that's expensive for a backup quarterback. AKA, I'm not all that confident that he'll just be a backup quarterback for 17 games. If the Falcons truly had a ton of faith in Desmond Ridder and didn't want to, bring in someone who could unseat him, I think they would have gone a more veteran Case Keenum type route, Andy Dalton, you know what I mean? Instead, they went with Taylor Heinicke, who could be a starter in the NFL, and I think we're going to have a fun quarterback battle all training camp preseason long. If Ridder has a bad first preseason game, fast forward to August right now, you better believe the talk in Atlanta will be, is Desmond Ridder going to get benched for Taylor Heinicke? Because the Falcons didn't sign Heinicke to a $20 million contract just to sit back and only be the backup and not have Desmond Ridder be contested. Ritter in 4 games last season for Atlanta, 708 yards, 2 touchdowns. If you've watched the show before, you know what my stance-ish is on Desmond Ritter. I like but not love. We all know where I stood on Lamar Jackson, but that's a story for a lot of other videos. But he definitely improved throughout the season. I think from his first game to his last game, he got better and better each and every week. But I definitely didn't see anything in him that made me think that is an uncontested QB1 right there. So Heinicke comes in as a nice, burner right on the seat to let you know, hey, if this doesn't get off to a good start, we'll go to someone who does have starting experience in Taylor Heinicke. So I think Desmond Ritter, his leash isn't very long. Is it super short? Who's to say? We'll find out because Marcus Mariota was handed the job, and that was fine, right? He's the veteran. Ritter was the rookie coming out. We had a bird just hit the window. That thing just died. But I do believe that Desmond, I got my train back on thought. I just witnessed a murder right there, homicide. Desmond Ritter, as I was saying, he is going to have maybe not another, maybe not a super short leash, but a retractable leash that's cut off at 8 feet. You know what I'm talking about? Those dog owners right there. He's definitely not off the leash, but I don't think he is right by I think they're actually cleaning the windows. Okay, that was scary. So I think that he's not going to be just standing by his owner, right, with a very short leash as I go on this long tangent about dog leashes. But that's the news today. Taylor Heinicke to the Atlanta Falcons. I like it. I'm curious to see how the quarterback battle goes. Heinicke is coming down to Atlanta to win the job. He is not coming down there to just sit on the sideline. So expect him to be very competitive in preseason football and whatnot because that's what backup quarterbacks do unless you're sitting behind Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. With that all said, Heinicke, 2-year, $20 million deal. I don't think that's an egregious overpay or anything. It's the quarterback position. You pay what you get what you pay for. If you go to the bottom of the barrel, you're not going to get very good talent. I like Heinicke, always been a fan of his from his Commanders days, and now he's going to come over to Atlanta. We'll throw his stats back on screen one more time for everyone. 12 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in 2022. He has provided a lot of magic Heinicke moments, right? He's basically Ryan Fitzpatrick light, I think, and he learned from Ryan Fitzpatrick. So if Heinicke, here's how I'll end the video. If Heinicke starts week 1, it might not go well. If Heinicke takes over in week 5, Atlanta's going to the playoffs. I think that's basically how it's going to go down. So you don't want Heinicke to start week 1, but if he takes over midseason, put the future down right now. Make the bet Atlanta winning the NFC South because he's got that. Ryan Fitzpatrick passed the torch to him. Fitzpatrick's last team, the Commanders. I mean, this is basically Ryan Fitzpatrick reincarnated. So I'm going to go with Raiders starting week 1, but keep an eye on Heinicke to maybe dethrone him midseason and take Atlanta all the way to the Super Bowl.